Hi, good evening, everyone. So let me just welcome you to this session again. So tonight is just going to be question and answers pertaining what we did yesterday. Let me reiterate this. This class is, I discovered a lot of people are really scared about this whole training. Let me assure you again, this training is basically for beginners. So if you think you are scared, or probably you're thinking you cannot know this thing, or probably you're thinking this training is for experts, or some people that are major in a particular field, please, you have to take that off your mind. The inspiration or the motivation behind this training is to really impact, bring some people up in this field. So my major target is to really work with beginner, bring up beginner, from bottom up in this DevOps. So please, if you think you are struggling with anything, I'll be more than happy to be able to help you, in as much as I see that you're putting in the effort and you are also helping yourself to really learn. Just like I said, it's going to be a very good one. Please just give it your best. And I can assure you, you really find all this worthwhile. Fine, at the beginning of these things, might really sound a little bit scary, but maybe because it looks more abstract. What we did yesterday was, if not even started anything anyway, was just setting up the environment. Maybe that was why it was a little bit cloudy to a lot of people. So let me just clear that tonight, and we pick up things from tomorrow. And I can assure you, the deeper we go, the easier it becomes and the more interesting it becomes. That's one thing I know about DevOps. Fine, maybe it's your first time hearing cloud, it's your first time hearing about AWS, it's your first time hearing about Putty, it's your first time hearing about all these things. It might look a little bit scary, but just try to wrap your head around this thing. By the time we start doing Linux, it might be a little bit, dicey, but then it's nothing serious. Put your mind to it, and by the time we start going to Docker, Kubernetes, and all, it's going to get a lot more interesting and more, easier to grab, interesting and easier to grab. It's something I'm doing, and I can easily tell you that. So don't get scared. You are just starting to look scary. Take your mind off that. It's a lot easier than you thought. So let's go straight to Slido. So the first question I have here is, are there DevOps intern engineer opportunities that we can apply for, which we learn on the job? This really, it's kind of tough for me to answer, but I remember back then I used to have a company named Beancom. I will try to share the link on the group tonight. Beancom. They do something like this. So I think they actually offer intern. They do intern. They pay you maybe around 15,000-20,000 to intern with them, and probably you're going to sign some contracts with them, and you do intern until you can stand on your own, and they will just take percentage cuts, from your salary. I think that's the term they work with. I will try to share the link with you and see if you can apply to it. I don't know what they are still doing right now, because this time I was talking, it was about 6 months ago or so. So I'll just try and share the link on the WhatsApp tonight, and anyone that is interested, you can just try to read about them and study what they have. So I think that's answered. So the next one I have is, you can also follow me, just log into Slido. Just log into slido.com with the code I actually provide. So you can ask your questions there, and I will attend to them one by one. And if you have your favorite question, please just upvote it so it can appear at the top of the page. Thank you. So the next question I have is, what is the problem DevOps is designed to solve? Yeah, yesterday I talked about these things. Now, if you have a team with a group of developers, you're employing a developer, to really help you. Okay, you have an idea you have an idea. If you have an idea, okay, let's say you have an idea that you want to implement a thing. One thing that will come to your mind is, oh, I need to employ developers that will help me write the code, that will help me, do this, do that, and get everything up and running. Fine. The developer might be really good, but when it comes to really deploying the code, I tell you, it can even take more time than you can envisage. So now what DevOps is actually has really come to help you do is, instead of you using your developers to help you manage the application deployment, so what the DevOps is going to do is get the code from the developer and deploy the code for you, because deployment, setting up a server, setting up the environment, setting up a lot of things on the server can be really tasky. I remember when I started learning JavaScript there, and that was Angular. In fact, to go around NPM, if you are not careful, you can spend weeks just trying to install NPM. It can be that troublesome. So now with DevOps, you're just trying to relieve the developer from stressing themselves of how to develop, how to deploy the application, how to monitor the application, the logins, and a lot of things, that actually set up a lot of things that actually makes up the system. So what the DevOps is doing is taking some load off the developers, so the developers can focus on just writing their codes. So once you're done writing your code, just push it to GitHub and to a Git, and the DevOps pick it up and deploy, probably do some monitoring, do some logging, or there are a lot of things you could do as a DevOps anyway, but let's not really delve into that for now. Okay, I believe I've been able to answer that. Sorry, please, let me just get a confirmation, please. Do we really understand what DevOps is really doing, the problem DevOps is really solving, before I just move on? Let me ask. We are still kind of confused of what DevOps is really is.
Yes, I do understand.
Okay. All right, good. Thank you for the response.
Yes.
So
sorry, I want to ask something.
Okay.
The technologies you listed that we are going to learn for this DevOps, I think they are even short. You get it? Their DevOps tools are even more than that. Or those technology are enough, because there is Nagios, there is Puppet.
Now, this is what I am really trying to do. This is what I'm doing here is give you a foundation for you to fly. It's just like someone that is going to school, you have to know the 1, 2, 3, the ABC for you to keep advancing. Now, if you want to set up your Nagios, you ask yourself your question: how do you want to set up your Nagios? Do you want to set it up on just your laptop, or you want to containerize it, or you want to put it on Kubernetes? You get what I'm saying? Okay, which kind of Kubernetes are you trying to use? Are you trying to use Kubernetes Package Manager? Let's not bore ourselves with that. Okay, so Nagios, what is Nagios? Nagios is just a monitoring tool, right? How do you set it up? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to train you how you can easily set up any application. If you are to be treating all this application exhaustively, you don't know it all. Every day I learn about new application that you can set up. Okay, so talking about monitoring, you have your Prometheus, you have your Nagios, you have your Splunk, you have your Datadog. So it depends on the company you're working with. The company I'm working with right now is using Prometheus. I've worked with a company that was interested in Splunk, So it just depends on what you want. So, but where are they living? They are going to live inside Kubernetes, which we are going to be training. So once you know your Kubernetes, you should be able to handle any of these things. And after you're able to set it up, in your Kubernetes, it's just like your GUI, just click, and all. So that's what this is all about. So it's not like I'm going to train you Nagios and all, but then you should be, by the end of these classes, you should be able to set up Nagios on your own. In fact, during one of our classes, I should set up Nagios for you and you see it running. Okay?
All right.
Please, if you have any further question, please just make use of your Slido. Okay, thank you. So I go to the next question. What topics or books can you recommend for someone that does not have a programming background to aid better understanding of what is being taught? Okay, good question. I know a lot of people are really intimidated about having a programming background or not having a programming background. I can tell you, a programming background is just a huge plus for you, but it's not a must-have. It's not a necessity. And if at all you really want to learn programming, and you really want to be in line, with what our objective in this training, I can advise you just use your W3 school and learn your Python. Learn Python on W3 schools. W3 schools is there. I actually use W3 school. That was in fact that was what I use in learning my programming. That was what I use in learning my Python. I can tell you that's what I use in learning my JavaScript. So just go to your W3 schools, just understand, some basic syntax in Python. Not like you definitely be needing it, but then you should be able to put it in your resume. Like you can script in W3, you can script in Python. So, okay, let me check the website and share it. I'm going to share it on the chat, w3schools.com. Python, let me get Python, find Python. So I'm dropping it on the group chat, so you can get to the website there. That's for Python. Okay, so you can just get your Python, have a good knowledge of Python, and you should be good to go. Then along the line, another programming language you need is Bash. And I believe this is part of what we would be learning in this class, because we'll be doing what is Bash? Bash is your Linux command set of instructions. Just like I said, programming is your set of instructions. So the same thing as your Bash. It's like your scripting. You're running multiple instructions instead of you just typing one command. Just like okay, let me share my screen. Let me just share my screen and show you one or two things. Let me just log into my Putty. So now, if I want to do anything on my Putty now, let's say I just want to see the user I'm logged in as, I can just say, who am I? Okay, that is a command. So then I also want to get the IP address of the machine I am in. That's another command, which I just typed this. So now you see I'm typing it interactively. So what is Bash? Bash is just bringing all these commands into a single file so that it can run like 10 lines together. That is just Bash. So it's the same thing you do on your command line. It's the same thing. It's just the same way you run your Bash. The only with some minor differences, maybe setting up the variable, assigning some variables, assigning arguments and all, making the code more dynamics, doing your else if statements. We are going to do all of this in our Linux administrative class. So if you want to learn anything in programming, so you can just go ahead and just read about Bash scripts. That's Bash scripts and Python. And if you're scared, like you don't have any programming background, please don't get scared. It's nothing serious. You don't really have to worry. Just make sure you follow this class as it is. I've been there, like it's what I'm practicing right now. So, and I'm just trying to make sure I bring a lot of people up, in this field. So not like I'm trying to make you happy, and I'm not trying to scare you away. You definitely won't need programming knowledge 100%. It's just a good. It's just a plus. Okay. So
please, can I say something, please?
okay.
What are the sector? I'm just joining today, so I don't know. what setup am I going to do?
You're
I,
on the
I
group, right?
Yes, I'm on the group.
Yes. So on the group, we actually shared the link to the YouTube video, the session. We recorded the session, the first session we had yesterday on what you need to set up. So please, you can just check the video and just set up your environment. It's pretty straightforward.
I'm using
Sorry.
Mac.
Okay. I have a plan to really talk about that. You know, a lot of people spoke about that so as at yesterday. So for Mac, I told the Windows users, the Windows users, they should just try to set up their AWS and download Putty. And if you are a Mac user, just try and set up your AWS. You don't need Putty. Okay. Just set up.
Okay. In this program, we are just focusing on the AWS as well, right?
We are only using AWS.
Oh,
We are only using AWS.
okay. Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Thank
So please, I still have a lot of things I still want to cover anyway. Let's just go at a very good pace. So what topics or book I recommended? You know, I already mentioned that. I think another one I do use as well is Guru 99. Guru 99. It helps me a lot. Yes, the question and answer session is being recorded right now. Yes. So good. What topics? Recommend an helpful link to get started with Linux. Okay, an helpful link for Linux is Guru 99. So please, you can just use Guru 99. It's a very good platform. So since understanding programming and its language is a basic prerequisite, am I right? If yes, some of us who know little or nothing, how can you be of help? I already answered that. Don't get scared if you don't have programming background. Don't worry, just make sure you put in the effort, follow the class, you know, after the class, make sure you practice on your own. I can assure you, be good to go. Okay. So for Mac, you talked about changing the file permission and running CH mode for the stuff to work. Can you just kindly help to walk through that? Okay, now this was what really happened for Mac users. I believe you can all see my screen. So let me do this. I'm going to do the issue that Mac user really have yesterday. Let me try to clarify it. So right now, what I'm going to do is the downloaded file, the file that I downloaded yesterday. Please don't get scared because I'll be issuing some command. Don't worry anyway. We are going to treat that. I just want to demo this to the Mac users. So from the downloads, this was what we downloaded. So this PPK, I'm going to.
Can you share it on the
what?
On the chat? Can you share the file on the chat?
No, why? I can't give you my PPK, of course. This is my private key. That's why they call it private key.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sorry, can I quickly talk to the other person using Mac?
don't worry, please. Let's just go at a very high pace. So don't just get distracted by the command I'm about to issue now. I just want to show the Mac users this. So we are going to talk about this data. So don't worry, so do I see you? So let me just let me call it Devops.cdk. I have this.
Sorry, sir. By the way, over here, that PM file that we downloaded, that I downloaded myself, it's saved at it's saved as CER on my own PC, like .CER.
I actually, that should work.
All right.
That's why it's okay. So save now. So now, this is the file that you guys downloaded if you're working on Mac, and you'll be on your terminal. So just make sure you're on your terminal. Now, if I try to log in using this directly, it's going to give me the hash, the error which someone shared on the group, earlier today. I don't know, maybe I think on the other group, which is. So let me just try to get this IP and easy to log in. Control copy. So that's SSH-I, then Devops.ppk, and then what I copied. Come on. It's like I'm not that I'm forgetting the use of my Windows, man. It's been a while I use Windows. It's not Control V that is for pasting. So 107. So we should get that error. Yes. Okay, yes. Type in your yes. So I think this was the error you got. So now what this is just trying to tell you is it's just for security reasons. It says permission for DevOps are too open. It's your private key. So try as much as possible. Not it's just trying to tell you like, okay, I want you to be secured. So change this permission. So we are going to do it in our Linux class anyway, so don't get bothered. But just for this class, so to change your permission, what you just have to do is chmod. So that's change mode 600. So this 600 has meaning. Look at what it says here. What it says. It says permission 0664 for DevOps. This 0664 means something. I'm going to tell you how it is calculated. So just do chmod 600. Then DevOps to change the permission, Devops.ppk. Then now, let me try to log in again and see. I'm logging from this machine to the machine. So ppk in. So you see, this is a different error. Load key, error in live crypto, permission denied, public key. Okay, I really don't know what is happening here, but this really looks like permission issue. See, it said public key is actually denying it. So now it has already overlooked this error. Now it's more or less like a security issue. So I will have to figure that out in my AWS. So that's what we have. So if you're on Mac user, just try to set it up. I guess permission denied. I'll just try to figure this out. So let me not waste much time, but I'm sure you should not have these issues on your own. Probably maybe because I'm trying to log in from that same machine to the same machine. So that's why you're having these issues. But it's that simple. Just use this command, SSH-I. This -I, we call it option. Okay. For specifying the file that is the private key you want to use to log into the machine. Later on, I'll show you how to use username and password instead of carrying your private key up and down. Okay.
Sorry, sir. I think I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too, but I guess it's because you did not use the file part.
Yeah, it's not the file part because when you're talking about the file part, this is the file part. Okay, that's how to check the file part, which is inside Ubuntu. So let me list what we have inside the file part, which is devops.ppk. So if it's the file part, it's going to tell me the file part does not exist.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So let's go to the next one. What is the mode of operation of Putty? What is the mode of operation of Putty? So Putty is just like I said, is an SSH client. On Windows now, let me try to open my command line. Let me try to open my command line and see. So when not reading yet. So let me do my my SSH. So on cool. Windows now has SSH clients. I didn't know this. Probably, I think maybe I installed it. I don't know. Maybe I've installed it anyway. But you can try it on your way. Just try and run this SSH and see what happens.
I think it's there. Once you install your Git, I mean, once you have a Git.
Oh no, could it be because of it? Okay, now let me try to log in SSH-I then using Devops, which is the path, then Ubuntu. Oops, what am I doing? SSH, let me copy the. Yes. Permission denied. Public key format. Okay, I think now is this format that we are using. Sorry, I forgot. Look at this format I'm using, PPK. This PPK is on. What is PPK? PPK is Putty private key. Now I think I figure out what is happening. Now, if at all I want to use command line, you don't use PPK because you're not using Putty. We are using command line. Probably you're using Mac terminal or you're using Windows terminal. So you should be able to use your PEM instead. You remember, if you check out that video, if you're in the class yesterday, we had option to either download as .pem file or .ppk file. So PPK is basically for Putty. Okay, but if you're anything else outside Putty, you should be able to use your PEM. So now another thing you could do, that's what this Putty gen is anyway. I can use this Putty gen to really convert. I can use Putty gen to
what's PPM?
It's just another encoding. Let me see the full meaning of PEM. It's just another encoding format anyway. PEM file.
Oh, this. I think I've come across.
Okay, privacy enhancement. It's a private key, are types of public infrastructure are used for keys and certificates. So it's another encoding format anyway. So
public infrastructure, PKI.
Yeah. So you can just use your PAM, instead of if you're not using Putty, PPK actually is Putty private key. So since you are not using Putty, that's why it's not working. Okay. So let's not waste that. Yeah. So
sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry to take you back. For that changing of mode, it's just CH mode 600. That's all.
Yes, CH mode 600 and the file name. The file name you want to change. Yes.
Okay. Thanks. Just the file name, or I should add the file part also.
Yeah, the file part, the file name. Okay, let me show you now. Look at this now. Now, this is the file part that I am. When you look at this is actually a file part. In Linux,
yes.
This is, your file parts. There's something we call root. So if I want to go to root now, anything that starts with / actually means root. If I want to go to home, this is what home is. So if I do this now, okay, let me do CD /. It's going to take me to root. So let me do PWD, which is my file path. You see, it has changed. So now let me switch back to this CH CD this. Then let me do PWD. Okay. This is what is seen as home anyway, which is root. So
when you
So
okay.
now let's assume I want to change the file path now from this root. Now there's something we call absolute path and there's something we call relative path. So if you want to do absolute path, we're already going deeper into Linux anyway. So, and I don't want this to be in a rush. So let's not go deep. Yeah. Let's not go deep yet. I think these are some of the things we're going to do in Linux: absolute path and relative path, so that I don't get scared. Okay, so in this scenario, just know where your file is, and specify it. Let me just show you anyway, but don't get scared. This is chmod. Remember the file path is ubuntu /home. So now if I do chmod 600 devops.ppk, it will tell us file path does not exist. You see? So now I have to put the absolute path, which is chmod 600. I have to put the absolute path, which is home, ubuntu, then DevOps. So you see, there's no error. So that's relative and absolute path. Okay, we are going to do that later. So let's go to the next one. Okay, I hope I'll be able to answer what is the mode of operation for Putty. So Putty is just to give you a command line like this. That's basically what we've been needing Putty for. Okay, so we just need to run the command line to be able to log into, to remotely log in into our cloud server. I was talking to someone yesterday, they were like, cloud, they don't really know what cloud is. When you mean like cloud actually means a server that is existing in a remote location. That is, cloud is just, it's not like it's in the air, it's in a remote location. So you are accessing that server from your hand. So I finished from OAU, we have a data center in OAU. So if you want to access the data center, you just SSH, that's what I'm trying to say. So you have the data center. Now, yesterday I talked about, we have different data centers. We have in Tokyo, we have in US, we have in Middle East, UAE, we have in Bahrain. So those are data centers. So Putty is just to give you the interface or the opportunity to be able to log in into your data center remotely without you physically being there. Okay? So that's what Putty is helping you to do. I create? Okay.
Please, before you move further, what tool can we use for Mac? We are using Mac.
I told you for Mac, all you just need to do is access your terminal.
Just your terminal.
Use your terminal and run this command to log in. This is the command you need. Just access your terminal and run this command, SSH-I, then the private you downloaded should be in .pem format, not PPK. .pem. Sorry, Simi, I didn't bring that. Yes, PEM.
Yeah, it has not over here.
Oh man, how am I going to download that?
You can check. We have the video recorded yesterday. You can check. I shared the video on YouTube.
You should reach here, sir, because I think he just joined the group today. I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will try to reshare again, so you can just get the video, check the video, and see how you can spin up an instance and download the private keys. It's pretty straightforward. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So can I create a AWS account and I won't be debited? I think what they normally do at times is when you create your AWS account and you put your credit card, they want to test if your credit card is genuine. So probably they will just deduct $1, and from my experience, they used to refund it. And if they did not refund it, just 500, 500, and you enjoy one year free system. 1 year, you are just running their free service just for 500 because it's a free trial. So they are just trying to, like, if you use beyond your free trial, we can easily debit our money. And besides, once you are done, I think you can even remove your card. Like once you're done with the registration, just figure out how you can remove your card. You can remove your card details and then you'll be fine. Nobody should arrest you for that, okay? And once they discover like you've used beyond your limits, they will just they will inform you like if you use beyond your limits that you have to pay particular bill. And if it not pay, nobody will arrest you. The only thing is they will shut down your accounts. They even give you a grace of 3 months. you know, and if you not pay like after 3 months or 6 months, they are going to block your account. So that's it. Please clarify more on connection relevance of Putty to the operating systems. Just like there's nothing really serious about Putty. Putty is just to give you a command interface, just like we have here, a command line. Okay, record. Okay, so this is the EC2 instance now. Just go to your EC2 instance and click on your instance. We have one instance running. So let me click on the instance, and this is the instance ID. So you're going to have this. So just click on your instance ID. Once you click on your instance ID, it's going to bring this up. So this is the public IP and this is the private IP. So you can just copy it. Just click on this superimposed box, and you already have your public IP. So you can just put it in your Putty or paste it anywhere you like. And in fact, you can even run a search. You know, there are a lot of things you could just do around. Okay. So that's it from my hand. Please, do you still have any question? I think I can still spare about 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask now.
Okay, so are we in any way going to use the private IP at all?
Private IP is actually good for security reasons. For those that actually do networking, there's something we call all this CIDR subnetting. You're going to subnet, you know, you want subnet A to be able to talk to subnet B, no one subnet B to be able to talk to subnet C and all. So it's just like the networking part of it. Private IP actually means, okay, how can I explain? Like, it's just an aspect of security anyway. It's an aspect of security. So now, I don't want to really go deeper into networking, but because of the subnet that this machine belongs to, that's why it has this IP. So if I create another machine and assign it to this subnet, what you might likely see is 172.31.10.233. Then if I create another machine, .234, that's subnetting. But this public IP just goes random and just pick any IP and assign it to it, which is available anywhere. But now, with this machine, now let's assume when I was spinning up, I told it not to give me public IP. If anybody tried to access this machine, you are definitely going to have issues. Okay, like you definitely not be able to access it because no public IP. But now, if you have a private IP and you have a machine in that, you know, subnet, don't let us go deeper into that anyway. That's another aspect, which is networking on its own. People that are into networking, they can really tell you more about this. Okay.
But we won't be using it as such, like the public ones.
No, for now we won't.
Hello, sorry, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, so I've actually been trying to add my debit card to creating data account for AWS or to Marvel, so I don't know why. Because I added like 2 of my card which got declined, so I don't know.
I think it supports MasterCard most. MasterCard, just try and get MasterCard.
I have Master as well as Visa. So I've tried the 2, but they didn't accept it. So I want to ask if probably creating a virtual account would be an option. Though I've been trying to go that route.
Virtual card too should be able to work, I think. I've used virtual cards too, so you should be able to use virtual card, I think. But just make sure it's MasterCard anyway. Because I had these issues back then when I was using all this Valve and Visa. I think Visa too worked one time. But the one I really guarantee much is GTBank MasterCard. But maybe another MasterCard might have issues, but I know GTBank has never failed me. Just get your okay.
Visa card worked also.
Yeah.
I said my UBA Visa card worked also. I don't know if the person can get that.
Exactly. So there are some Visa cards that may not work, and there are some that will work. So just try. But the one I'm sure
Yeah, I learned they accept the one for Visa, the UBA for Visa card for UBA perhaps. So I want to ask, probably could it be that the number of days they usually use to verify is what is causing the issue? Because this is the second day. I think they said 3 to 5 business working days. Could that be the problem?
They verified mine in same minutes anyway. I know it used to take up to a day before. I was surprised too. At least back in the last time I used AWS was around 2020. I just picked up this AWS because of this training. And for me to sign up, a guy just signed up a new account. In same minutes, they verified my accounts. So probably maybe it takes around 24 hours normally, as I used to know it. Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question, please? Okay, which of the free tiers should I select for AWS accounts? I think there's a basic. I might try to mix it, but I think there's one that is basic. Just go for the free one. Anywhere you just see free. Just free personal. Don't do business, it's personal. Do your free, do personal, do basic. Just go for it. It should be enough for this class.
There's one question on Slido.
Okay, please, do I get keep your name while setting up my AWS? You specify the KPI name, like it's just a name. What do you want to name it? Because you can spin up more than one instance, and different instances can have different keys. So you have to give it a name and you download the key. And when you go and look at the info of the instance, you should see the KPI that it's using. You should see the name. Let me see. If you check very well, you should see the name of the KPI in use. See if I'll find it. Security networking status monitoring. Where can I get this? Shots. Okay, KPIs. If I come to KPIs, definitely I think I will see those all the KPIs I've created. But under the machine itself, you should be able to see, okay, let's go back to instance. I think when we go back to instance, we can even see the KPI used. Okay, you see now, you see the key name. It easily told me I'm using Devops. So if I come to KPI now, you see Devops KPI, and this is another KPI that I created, Bolu KPI. So it's just you naming it. So every instance can have different kind of keys. Okay, so I believe I've been able to do enough justice. Please, I really don't want to have. I just want to ensure I carry as much as possible, along all through this training. I don't want people to give up. My main target is, beginners. I'm not really targeting people that already have, some basic knowledge, or they are somewhere and they want to learn more. The main aim is I'm trying to bring up beginners. So maybe later, those people that have knowledge that they just want to learn more, at least we get there and everybody will go at the same pace. Please, I need everyone to really come along. That's the inspiration anyway. The more people, the happier it is. So please, I want to have as much as possible in this session. Okay. Yeah, I think that should be it for tonight. So please, let's meet again same time tomorrow. 8 p.m. tomorrow. So by then we should start Linux and we keep going like that. Okay.
All right. Thank you for the service.
2 days per week.
Thank you so much.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Bolu,
much.
Thank
Please
you so
don't
much.
forget the other company stuff.
The link.
Okay, yes, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Thank you very much.
You can drop it on WhatsApp so you can ask on the group. That should remind me.
Okay.
Sorry,
2 days per week.
I'm not in the group, Bolu.
Okay.
I'll shoot you the question and answer group.
The question and answer group. Okay, yeah, I would share it again so you can join.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Everyone have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. We're grateful.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Bulu.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye.